の椅子に座るね。
Okay, this is Brett from Okibi, and today we're going to do the continuation of last week's video, talking about some of the projects on Ojika. And I think today we're going to highlight two of the main remaining projects that I did there. One of which is the sauna / bathhouse, and the second one is the Ojika International Art School, or what is in the process of becoming the Ojika International Art School. So the first project would be Ofuroba, the name of the sauna and bathhouse on Ojika that was put together by Tateishi-san. And he had the idea to use an empty Kominka that had been gifted to the town of Ojika and renovate that and turn it into a facility with an attached bathhouse. It's an old house that had seen, again, some major termite damage. Again, a common theme for particularly Ojika, and it's being surrounded by water, having the humidity there all the time. It's a really nice environment for termites, unfortunately. So, but anyways, the section that he asked me to do was an addition off of the rear of the house, which would become the sauna. So some other carpenters and plasterers and whatnot did the actual work on the bath facilities, and then we built a little extension off the backside, which is the sauna. And that was the first sort of project that I did where I built something from nothing. Everything else that I've done has been working on fixing up existing structures like this. And I tend to not really add things or change the design very much of the house, try to use the existing structure. But that one was an addition off the backside, just a small small room where we could kind of extend the shape of the existing roof line and whatnot. So of course I do everything with traditional methods and materials, so that's how we built the addition on the house as well. Ended up using probably about 70% reused materials in this project though. So last week's video we talked about some of the demolition that I did in another area, a project called Yaheda, and a lot of the material that came out of that house got repurposed and reused at the sauna. And then unfortunately also a temple very nearby that had been abandoned for a number of years, and we had been trying to save and repurpose and use going forward, just find some way to sort of revitalize it and reuse it. Unfortunately, the folks involved with that temple, after we met with them so many times and went to the town and tried to get the mayor to get on board with it and all sorts of things. And anyways, in the end, unfortunately, they just decided to knock down the temple. But before they did, I went in and got out as many usable materials as I could. So the sauna reuses some of the wood for that area, and actually some parts of the changing room and stuff that I didn't actually construct. The other carpenters used some of the materials that I pulled out, so the flooring and I think some of the ceiling boards in there are reused from the temple, and then the counter, some of the doors going into different rooms are all reused. And then especially the door going into the sauna is reused from, there was an attached dentist's office on the temple, which is kind of interesting, but it has some kanji written on the door in gold paint that says basically like healing room, or like the area where you go for treatment. and so it's kind of nice sign for the sauna as well. And the benches that you actually sit on in the sauna are reused, repurposed. The entryway steps, when you stepped up into the temple, I kind of cut them apart, and now they're benches lining the side where you sit in the sauna. So that room itself, or the sauna itself, is using traditional joinery, and the walls are earth walls, so bamboo lattice, earth over the top, and then I did cut some grooves around the side and really made sure that everything is sealed in there. Went around the edges with shikui to make it so that it's not leaking heat, because obviously in the sauna you want to keep as much of that heat in there as possible. So yeah, a bit unusual to have an earth-walled sauna like that in Japan. But then the interior wall is covered with hinoki, cypress boards, in the ceiling as well. And I did get insulated the ceiling with wool insulation, and then just one single side wall left uncovered with boards where you can see I did a shikui finish on that side. And then yeah, lots of used materials on building the doors and windows and things like that in that area. Yeah, and then some work on the entryway. I think the actual approach and entry to the facility itself. Knocked out old aluminum doors, which obviously were not original, and then put back in some wooden doors in that entryway. Again, that I had gotten out of. I think those came out of the temple as well. Yeah, and it turns out to be a really nice facility. So if anybody finds their way to Ojika, it's a really nice atmosphere in that bathhouse, and Tateishi-san is a really nice host to have running the place. He's got so many things going on, so when he's got free time enough to actually get that bath stoked up and hot, there's handmade tiles all around the bath room using the red clay from Ojika, so it's a really nice nice atmosphere to that facility. So check out Ofuroba if you ever find your way to Ojika. Alright, and then another facility, the second one we'll talk about today, is what is going to be the Ojika International Art Center. And that is a building that was bought in partnership between a Dutch family and a Japanese couple that are going to kind of be partnered up in running the facility, and will be kind of a center for arts and activities in Ojika. And that's a project that they've had in the works or planning for a few years now, and they bought a Kominka at the base of another temple in town. And again, as always, termite damage, major termite damage in some of the beams. So they asked me to go in and replace some of the structural beams, mainly in the entryway, the large doma entryway space, and then in the rear corner of the house as well. There was a large beam under the roof that was badly eaten and needed to be replaced. So that was some interesting, fun work, some really large beams and some large material that I had brought in again from my friends in Okayama, because you just can't really get that size and quality of material on the island in Ojika, so it had to come from outside. So I had them load up a big truckload and haul it out to Ojika, and then used some of that material on a few other projects as well. Yeah, and there have been things here and there, other projects that I've done too in between those time frames, but those are kind of the ones, major ones over the last few years. And the art center just wrapped that up before coming out here to Ojika, so that's exciting now that they'll start on doing some more of the interior work and actually making it usable and livable now that the structure the termite damage has been repaired. So it'll be exciting to see how that comes along. Alright, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.